Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Just a quick disclaimer before we get into the qualifying report. I forgot to press record on my point of view of this race, so all the footage has been taken from replay cameras. It will go back to normal after I now double check, so don't worry. But yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say. Hope you enjoy the episode and ciao ciao. Nannini continuing his excellent form, qualifying in P5 for the British Grand Prix, once again out qualifying his teammate Nelson Piquet. He was absolutely thrilled with his chances of today's race, and quite frankly, he's been nothing but excellent since signing that new deal. With a race win in France under his belt, he will look to continue that form, and hopefully, he says, he'd like another win before the end of the season. But can Benetton produce? P5 for Nannini. Nigel Mansell using his home crowd advantage to out-qualify Alain Prost. He qualified in P3, Prost in P4. Now that is not something we've said very often this season, as he well know that he has struggled in that Ferrari in this season. But he used the home crowd, which he claims has given him half a second, which would have put him far behind Prost actually, now I come to think about it. But no, he was incredibly pleased with his lap. He said he's going to use all his talent to try and secure the top spot in the race and give the home fans something to cheer about. He will start in P3 for the British Grand Prix. Gerhard Berger once again has qualified on pole position for the British Grand Prix, and he is elated. He is really stamping a charge on this championship. He cannot wait. He just says he loves driving this car. Ayrton Senna has qualified in P2, seems to have found some great form. Senna has, we believe, been told to help Berger in this World Championship, but that will be, we will find that out very soon. But Berger qualifies P1. Straight into the British Grand Prix of 1990, and we are away. Excellent start there from Senna, who gets alongside his teammate Gerhard Berger, but is he going to trouble him into the first corner? We didn't think so. We believe he is going to try and help his teammate win the World Championship. But McLaren lead 1 and 2, Ferrari are 2nd and 3rd, and that's Benetton 3rd and 4th, 4th and 5th, 5th and 6th I should say. Getting my words all mixed up here, but as we look on board and we look at the outside of Gerhard Berger's car, he is closely followed by Ayrton Senna, closely followed by the two Ferraris, and then closely followed by the Benetton team. As we see the Lotus of Game there in the background, it has been a fairly straightforward start. We believe there's been no incidents off the line. Absolutely fantastic stuff here today. But we have a little look at replay of our own start here, and we actually got away really well. Used the slipstream, but we believe Riccardo Patrese, because Boutsen was really far down. He knows he's lost his seat now, but he will be looking to secure a somewhat okay seat. We know he's coming towards the end of his career, but we continue. We have the two Benettons in front of us, Nannini and then Piquet. Piquet has jumped not Nicola Nannini, it's Alessandro Nannini. I keep getting them mixed up, I apologise. But this could help. We could get a good run on here of Nannini, who has, like I said, been passed by his teammate off the line. Nelson Piquet is rumoured to be retiring at the end of the season, but no formal word on that just yet, so we will not speculate any further. But this is a little four-car battle that could last the whole Grand Prix. We don't think we have the pace of the two front-running teams, Ferrari, and we're going to try up the inside, and he's dipped a wheel onto the grass. The whole wheels are on the grass. That surely should allow us straight past. Sweep. Yes, sweep round the outside. Give him loads of room. That was close there. Could have taken us both out of the Grand Prix. But we are now up into P5, which is an absolute lie. We are up into P6, an absolutely fantastic start from us, and now we are hounding Nelson Piquet for P5 in our home Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic. So we're going to dive? No, we're going to move back to the racing line and try to get an okay run, or a decent run. But Boutsen, as I was saying earlier, has actually had a difficult start to proceedings in this Grand Prix. We don't know if there's any mechanical failures, but he is holding up a fair few cars, and a fair few cars that he shouldn't really be holding up. As we can see there, I mean, you've got the two Brabhams far behind, they're right there, and I apologise, his commentary's all over the place. He's coming to you at an unquestionably late hour, so I apologise about that, but we're going to have a look at the leaders. It's still Berger, it's still Senna, it's still Prost, it's still Mansell. But Senna is all over the back of Gerhard Berger. Yet to win a Grand Prix this season, Senna. And I can't imagine he'll enjoy sitting in second place behind his teammate. I can't imagine he'll enjoy helping his teammate to win a championship. But we now know that Senna obviously had some personal issues away from the track that he had to deal with, and he should hopefully get back to form. He'll win a couple of Grand Prix wins this season, of course he will. But we'll see. We will see. Berger leads, Senna in second place as this race continues, and we now look at Martini here. We have a look. Is there an issue here coming from him? We believe he has retired from the Grand Prix. No one's really too sure why, but this should answer those questions for us. And it's a huge puff of smoke, and the engine just goes bang. And he stops not in a great place, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think he had much choice. That's him out of the Grand Prix. But we look back now, it's the two Benettons battling the Lotus car with Riccardo Patrese and his Williams not too far behind. We are hounding the back of Nelson Piquet, and that looks like a fantastic run off that corner and flat through here. We need to stay in the slipstream, but we're going to have the issue that we are going to have all season long. We have got no straight line speed in this Lotus car, and we know how good that Ford engine is. It's so difficult, especially around here. Most of the lap is on full throttle. This is an outrageous track layout. But yes, we continue. Oh, there's a little mistake from us. Is that going to allow Nannini in? That probably is going to allow Nannini in, and we do drop back past Alessandro Nannini, who's been absolutely fantastic in these last couple of Grand Prix since signing his Benetton deal for 1991. We believe it is only just a 1-year deal though, but that will we will see how true that is. But if he continues this form, he will be there for as long as he wants to be there. But we need to think about getting straight back past, because I think over natural speed, I'm quicker than the two Benetton cars. Nannini's out wide. Is that going to allow us straight onto the grass? But is that going to allow us? Where are we? We are straight back past the Benetton of Nannini, and we can get our sights firmly back on the 3-time world champion Nelson Piquet. And that looks like a fantastic run off that corner. Are we going to be able to get close enough? No. Issue being is the slipstream is fairly okay, but it's just something we can't deal with because of that Ford engine in the back of the Benetton cars, and he manages to hold himself. We continue in P6. The battle rages on here, but we are all over. We've touched with Piquet, and that's going to. But one upside to that is Nelson Piquet and ourselves kind of had our mishap on the racing line, which didn't really allow Nannini and the Williams car of Patrese to overtake us or go anywhere. But we are right up the back side of Nelson Piquet as we come to the start-finish line to complete yet another lap. And this has been absolutely fantastic racing as we head towards turn 1 now. But Nannini's going to try, and he's moved himself out wide. What a disaster from himself. I think what's going to have to happen here is we are going to have a monumental exit, and we are just going to have to lunge. I think it's going to be one of those, we're going to get one chance to overtake Nelson Piquet, and that is all we will get. But this is close. We're getting so close. Oh, where have we gone? Are we going to manage to stay in this race? Oh my! Almost an absolute disaster here at our home Grand Prix. But what happened there? I think we got a little bit too close. We can take a little onboard replay here as we get a great run. We've got a great slipstream on Nelson Piquet's Benetton. He kind of lifted off. I think he kind of lifted off. It threw us a little bit. We know he's got some dirty tricks in him, Nelson Piquet, but ooh, that wasn't great. Thankfully we avoided him. We will remain in this Grand Prix, but we are now behind Riccardo Patrese. Absolutely outrageous. But here is Boots, and he's finally found some speed after his disappointing opening couple of laps. He has got the Leighton House in front of him. Not too sure which one that is. Could be Ivan Capelli. It could be the guy I can't pronounce. That's pretty much the only options of which the driver could be. But that's a decent little run that he's got on him there. Is he just going to dive it up the inside? He is just going to dive it up the inside. Maybe if Boutsen had done this a little bit more at the start of the season, he would have remained at Williams. But however, he moves up a position, and surely that will help the British fans who have travelled their way down here today. It will certainly help Frank Williams, who has been rather disappointed this season. But we look at the front runners now, and it's Gerhard Berger leading this Grand Prix. He has gapped Senna just a little bit now. They seem to have settled themselves into the race really nicely. And yeah, it seems to be pretty plain sailing for the McLaren outfit. A home race for them. But this is the Austrian that leads the Grand Prix. Gerhard Berger, another win under his belt would be absolutely phenomenal. But we look at Alain Prost, who's got Nigel Mansell behind him. Mansell, now the difference in teams here. Nigel Mansell will probably not be helping Alain Prost with his championship challenge this season. We know Mansell was confirmed at Williams just before the F1 circus rolled into Silverstone. And it does look a little bit like Nigel Mansell is catching Alain Prost. We know they haven't seen eye to eye since Prost joined the team at the beginning of the year, but it's been a difficult ride. I apologise for Nigel Mansell. He says he's very, very excited to be going to Williams next season. We're not entirely sure who his teammate is just yet, but I'm sure that will be revealed very, very shortly. But we are straight back to this 4-car battle. Benetton, Williams, Lotus. All teams based in the UK. This could be for a bit of pride. There is absolutely... but that's Patrese with an awful run out the final corner, actually. And that's game straight past him. Patrese. See, it's little mistakes like that, Patrese, that's probably cost him his drive at Williams. He is a great driver, and I really do hope he finds a seat for 1991. But Williams are really, really wanting to put the hammer down now. They've got a great design team, great facilities, and they will want to utilise them. They've brought Nigel Mansell in, and surely, Big Nige. And that's straight past, we're talking about Williams, and that's game past, and Nannini, and that's back himself up into P5. What an absolutely fantastic lap this has been from the Lotus driver, who it's looking more and more likely he will not be there next year, mainly to do with financial difficulties the team are having. They'll need some money coming in. We know that game obviously offers some, but it's more talent that got him there, and to be fair, actually, he's got pretty much all of their points this season, and that's a couple of cars dipping a wheel on the grass, but as we well know, he was seen speaking to Frank Williams, so we'll see how all that plays out, but it seems very, very likely he will not be at Lotus next season, but he is all over the back of Nelson Piquet at the moment. Now, as we look at Senna, Ayrton Senna in his McLaren, running in second place now. Had a great result last time out as well, but he will be wanting to really, really push. Still yet without a Grand Prix victory in 1990. He says he's been rather disappointed with this season so far. Obviously we know about his personal issues, and he says they are completely done and dusted outside of the car, so he is expecting to get straight up into form. The form we know, arguably the greatest of all time, but we will have to see. He's been absolutely fantastic this Grand Prix so far, but as we were saying a couple of laps ago, Nigel Mansell was catching Alain Prost, and that seems to be exactly the case as Nigel Mansell is all over the back of his teammate. Absolutely no team orders going here, absolutely no helping in the championship. Oh, he's gone close. Oh, alongside him. Oh, it's a great run from Mansell. Is he going to be able to chuck it up the inside? He doesn't seem to be close enough, and Prost just sweeps and takes the air out of him, and that puts Mansell onto the grass. Absolutely fantastic here as we come to the final couple of corners of this lap, and it looks as though Nigel Mansell has dropped back just slightly. But we ride on board, but Patrese was having an engine failure. It's out. He's out of the Grand Prix. That's disaster for Williams. He was in the battle that has been raging all race on, but that leaves Patrese out of the British Grand Prix, and that's pretty much sums up their season, really. Absolutely outrageous. And here's Prost trying to lap the life car and actually having a bit of a disaster with it. That's allowed Nigel Mansell all over the back of his car, all up his gearbox. The life's still not really making it very easy for him. But he does get past eventually, and I'm sure Nigel Mansell will just breeze past him before they even get to turn one, and that is correct. But that's Mansell round the outside of Prost. Is he going to be able to get his sticker in the rock on the inside? And that's Mansell up into P3. Absolutely fantastic. But that's Prost. Is that Prost going slow? Prost's slow. Is that a gearbox issue? Is it an engine issue? We'll be about to see a big plume of smoke come out of the back of that car. But that is Prost going incredibly slowly. You know, if you get overtaken by a live car that you are incredibly slow. And it would seem that the championship leader, Alain Prost, is out of the British Grand Prix while his championship rival, Gerhard Berger, leads. And that has been a disaster. He pulls into the pits now, and he is out of the British Grand Prix. Mansell promoted to a podium spot, but that's heartbreak for Prost. But now we rejoin the Benetton battle, now minus Riccardo Patrese. And game is still all over the back of Nelson Piquet. Is he going to dive to the inside? He is going to dive to the inside. Is that going to give him P4 now with Prost's retirement? Game with a sensational move to put him up into 4th place in his first ever British Grand Prix. But Nelson Piquet in that mighty powered Ford engine Benetton is not going to give up. Nelson Piquet swings round the outside with a fantastic move to gain 4th place back and snatch it away. That might be it. That might have been our one chance to take the Benetton driver. And that might be it. But we look at Gerhard Berger coming to navigate the last couple of corners. He goes left. He goes right. He sees the checkered flag. And he comes to the start-finish line to take the win. Yes, 9 points. Senna, absolutely fantastic in 2nd place. He will be delighted with that. And we see Nigel Mansell there claiming a podium position at his own Grand Prix will send the fans into eruption, I am sure. Absolutely fantastic. And here we are. Nelson Piquet will take home P4, 5th game, 6th Nannini. And I apologise, we don't have the championship standings after this. So thank you for watching, and see you next time round. Ciao, ciao.